Hey everybody, welcome back to the garage. If this is your first time visiting my channel, please go ahead, click on subscribe, and also click on the bell to receive all the updates and activities on my channel. Alright, so this is more of a general update. We'll talk about the XCR, the Adventure, and a couple other things. Alright, so as far as the status of the XCR, at this point it's just about done. There's just a couple things we need to do. I have to do the alignment on the skis. So there will be a video on that in the next couple weeks, so be on the lookout for that. As far as the front bumper, the belly pan strips, and the rear bumper, those are actually powder coated. They're not painted. I talked to a couple places in the area as far as getting them done. They're gonna be right around $200, so I'm probably gonna wait on that for the time being. We can use that money to do a couple other things as far as getting ready for the season. So at this point, the XCR is pretty much done. One thing I want to do is, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the seat cover on this and add a layer of foam to the seat surface where you sit, because if you remember from the previous video, that's where that hole was from the mice. And you know, there's a couple wrinkles in it. You know, it's kind of like nitpicking, but you know what? I just want to, you know, I'm going to do it anyway. So what we'll do is we're going to take a piece of foam and essentially put it in the entire seating area, so it essentially levels off and adds a little bit more structure to it, and go from there. Painted the exhaust on the XCR. That came out pretty well. Went ahead and sealed the union with some high temp silicone, because on the early Indies they didn't come with that donut, that exhaust donut, so you have to use some high temp silicone on the union between the Y pipe and the pipe to make sure they don't leak. I got some new exhaust springs on it, so it's looking pretty good. That was painted with high temp 2000 2K paint. The clutch has been rebuilt as far as the primary. So take a look at that. That's also on the channel. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to source out some egg crate foam, and we're going to essentially recover that, and I'll show you what we're going to do to essentially get that back in shape. That's going to be a very low buck project to do, so be on the lookout for that. Alright, so as far as the Adventure, just gotta go through it like we did last year. We'll change the fluid in the chain case, you know, grease it up and everything else. We'll change the fuel filter and the sock in it and go from there. I'm actually gonna drain the gas in the Adventure as well, because when I first started this thing up last weekend, the exhaust was kind of rancid. You can tell the gas went stale on it, so I'm just gonna drain the gas out of the Adventure, and we'll burn it probably either in the car or the Jeep, just get rid of it. And so not too much on the Adventure. That thing's in pretty good shape, so we'll just do some basic stuff and go from there. All right, so the Indy Trail is gone. We actually traded in to Tri-State Motorsports up in New Hampshire for a credit line. There wasn't much left to it, but we had to get it out of the garage because it was just taking up space. And so what we'll do is we'll use the credit line for the parts, for either for the XCR or for Cameron's XC throughout the season. And no sooner did we free up that space, I went out and made a purchase. I've been saving up for this pretty much all year long, and you know, it's one of those things, you know, when something comes up for sale, you gotta be ready, excuse me, be ready to jump on it. So with that being said, this is what I bought. All right, so this is a 2015 Switchback Pro S 60th anniversary edition 800 HO Snow Check LE, right? So what makes this an LE is this particular color scheme and everything else could only been ordered through a snow check. And with that, what you do is you get all the color-coded A-arms, the ski loops, the tunnel braces, the rails, you know, the hard bag in the rack. That didn't come with it. More likely those were added on at some point. It has the interactive gauge. It has the 1.75" Ice Attack Cobra, with the pre-molded studs into it, so that's nice. The sled has 3,500 miles on it. And the guy that I bought it from, it was kind of a funny story. So when I went up there to go look at it, he was very candid and very honest as far as the details around the purchase of this sled. Essentially, he was going through a divorce. We'll just do a walk around as we're talking. So he was going through a divorce, and when he was separated from his wife, he started dating a girl, and that girl had a sled. So in order to make an impression on her, he went out and bought this in January 2018. Right? So in the season, he took it out once. He put 38 miles on it, right? In Massachusetts, he never went up north with it or anything like that. And shortly after that, him and that girlfriend broke up, and he goes, you know what? I had a good time. I didn't have a great time, but he goes, I only bought this thing to impress this girl. Now that we're no longer going out, there's no sense of me having it. So I need to sell it to pay for some costs for my divorce. So needless to say, I got a pretty good deal on it. So this sled was sold to him from Southside Sales, which is a reputable Polaris dealer up in Pittsfield, Mass. And they go through all their stuff pretty thoroughly. And if you look, see if you can pick up the date. They sent out the shocks to High Gear Performance in December 2017. So all the shocks were rebuilt prior to this guy buying it, and he only put 38 miles on it. So the shocks are pretty much at this point all set to go. You shouldn't have to worry about it. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna change the sock and the filter in this as well. We'll drain the chain case fluid. We'll change that. And one thing I've noticed when you start up, there's a little bit of vibration coming through the footwells. And if you go on the Polaris forums, they attribute that to the type of the motor mount that Polaris uses. And essentially, it's a round bushing with a bolt, and that attaches to the bulkhead and then to the engine itself. I guess those have a tendency to fail over time, and when they do, those bushings sack out, and then it just leaves a vibration in the chassis. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and order those, replace them, and everything else, and we'll document it. All right. But overall, this thing is in very good shape. Hardly any scratches or nicks or anything on that. So show you the gauge it comes with. If you guys have never seen this before, essentially this is the updated gauge from Polaris, and what it does, it has GPS information. It will talk to your phone over Bluetooth. It does diagnostic information. It will show you fault codes and stuff like that, and a bunch of other cool stuff. So what we'll do is we'll go more into that during the season, show you some of the options, and go from there. But in the meantime, let's start this thing up. Alright, so there you go. Alright, so let me know what you guys think. Any questions, concerns, thoughts, anything like that, go ahead and leave them in the comments box. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Hope everybody's having a great day, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.